All right, what the heck is going on with the Reno real estate market? Are you kidding me? Everybody's talking about it. It is hotter than, hotter than a tamale up here. Sorry, I'm not a comedian, I'm a real estate agent. But in this video, I'm gonna give you a market update about Reno, Nevada, and what the heck is happening with the real estate market up here currently. Let's dive right in. All right, hey everybody, Logan Williamson here, representing Williamson Professional Real Estate Sales. Today, I am over in the beautiful Damani Ranch area. As you can see up behind me, we've got the hillside with the Damani D. Can you see it? I think you can, it's right there. But by any means, I'm over here just filming at Damani High School. I wanted to give you guys a market update. I know I haven't given you one in a little bit, and that's because everything is so hot up here that I am busy, which is awesome, and I'm super blessed and thankful to be busy. But I get all these great clients that are contacting me and they're asking me, hey, what in the heck does it take to actually get an offer accepted up in Reno? What's going on with pricing? What do things look like as far as inventory? Are we gonna see new inventory towards the beginning of next year, towards the end of this year? Are we gonna see the typical slowdown between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day or the Super Bowl like we do in most markets? And I just wanna give you a quick update. So as you know, market snapshots and market insights come out about a month late. So we're gonna discuss September. But rather than do what I did in the last video where I discussed, I believe it was June, and then I talked about June from the year previous, what I want to do is keep things a little more relevant for you guys. So we're going to talk about September market stats, but we're going to relate those to August market stats. So all 2020 numbers, and it's all right in the past month. So September and then August. So to give you guys an idea, if you're new to the channel, if you don't already know, this is the channel where you come to get all the information you need about Reno real estate. I talk about what it's like to live up here, work up here, live up here, have a social life up here, what some of the cool things and fun things are to do for families up here. But if you are interested in information about Reno real estate, this is the channel for you. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Give this video a like because it helps us reach way more people if you smash that like button. So do all the above. And if you have any questions related to Reno real estate, if you want to talk about logistics of what it would take to move up here, if you want to talk about getting your home sold in another market or up here and relocating inside of Reno, I want to talk to you about all those things. My contact information is going to be in this video and below. Make sure you reach out to me. Phone call, email, text message, whatever. I communicate in all three different ways. It's not brain surgery. Just reach out. Let's get a conversation going. You schedule a call. We can do it over Zoom. We can do it over the phone. We can do however you want to do it. But I want to get you the information you need about Reno real estate. So right now, as far as what is happening. Okay, so in September, we saw 619 new listings. Okay, now in August of 2020, we saw 672 new listings, meaning that there was almost an 8% drop in the number of listings that came on the market. Now that may seem interesting for you because you're going, well, it's pretty much a seller's market right now. The price points are, they're raising up. We're seeing the median price point get higher and higher. And you know, if now was the time to sell, which it is, people would be selling. So why are we seeing less inventory come on the market? And the fact of the matter is a lot of people have already listed. A lot of people listed towards the beginning of this year, towards the midpoint of this year. And right now, what we are starting to see signs of is that year-end slowdown as far as new inventory coming on the market. A lot of real estate agents are coaching their clients that as things slow down, you don't want to list. You want to wait until the spring. Based on the market activity that's currently happening up here, that could not be further from the truth. If you were considering listing ever, now is the time. But it's also a great time to buy based on low interest rates. So I just want to give you an idea. So we've had just over 600 new listings in September, and that was down from the month before in August. Now, days to contract. This is a number statistic, meaning that when a house gets listed for sale, the first day that it is actively listed for sale, that would be considered 1 day on the market. Now, the days to contract are 36 days on the market until a home goes under contract up here on average. So what you can anticipate with that is you list a home and the average days for you to get an offer, to have a ratified contract, to get it accepted from both parties, and to get into your escrow period, it's going to be about 36 days, so just over a month. Now, let's do a hypothetical here, because if 10 homes are listed up here currently in Reno, what's going to happen is 7 to 8 of them are going to go under contract within a couple weeks. You're going to see them go under contract within maybe 7 or 14 days. But what's also going to happen is that 3 or two or three out of those 10 homes, they're going to sit on the market for a very long period of time, for months on end, and that's what skews the numbers as far as the days to contract. It's an average, and 36 days based on the market activity that I'm seeing is actually a little bit longer than what you should anticipate, assuming that your home is ready for market. Maybe you've done some upgrades, maybe it is actually going to show well compared to the competition in the neighborhood. But as of September 2020, the average days to contract were 36. Now in August, it was 33, which was even less. So again, we're starting to see things become a little bit more stagnant, but it's probably not the right word to use because this market is still incredibly hot. Okay, median sold price. Median price up here in Reno, Nevada for your standard 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 14 to 1600 square foot home is $440,000. Whoa, are you kidding me? Really? $440,000. Okay. Now, if you know Reno real estate, and if you've been studying the market for any period of time, you know that that is staggering. And I just shared on my Facebook page not too long ago an article from either the vice president or the president of EDON, and he was saying that this is not a housing bubble. Based on what we're seeing with a lot of money coming over the hill from California, with people able to throw cash on top of deals, it's taking our comparable sales and it's completely skyrocketing the median price point. Now, what you do have to keep in mind with $440K being the average median price here in Reno is that it's very neighborhood specific. That is a conglomerate of all Reno. So you're talking about Arrow Creek, where you have the $1 million homes, which are still selling quickly right now based on all the demand coming over from California, with people who have sold that can now purchase in these higher price ranges. But what you got to keep in mind is that in Reno, for instance, up in Old Northwest Reno, you can still find a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home for $335,000, okay? And over in Sparks, there are certain areas in Sparks where you can still find a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2-story house, a little bit larger as far as square footage, 2,600 square feet, in that $360,000 range. So there are neighborhoods where you can come in under the median price point, you can get yourself a great home for yourself, for your family, and you can still thrive up here in Reno. You don't have to spend that median of $440K if that's a little bit above your budget. Now, if you do qualify in that $400,000 range, what you can expect is that is going to be your median price in some of these newer neighborhoods, like the homes that were built in 2005, for instance, over here where I'm at in Damani Ranch. Your standard 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,800 square feet, you can anticipate about $440K. It's pretty true in that median price range. Now, the median price point in August was $444,000, almost $445,000. So overall in Reno, we have seen the median price point soften just a bit. Something to keep in mind, but what people are anticipating are one of two different things. One, prices are just going to go through the roof. They're going to skyrocket forever. They're never going to come down. They're going to go up into la la land, into outer space. That's never going to happen. Every real estate market cycles, as you all know, you're diligent people. Now, how soon things will cycle and prices will dip in an atypical market like Reno, time will tell. Like I mentioned, the president of EDON, some very credible sources are saying that prices will continue to elevate and maybe soften a bit or stabilize, but could potentially increase for quite some time. Nobody knows. What we're going to see moving into 2021 is we're going to see a lot of the mortgage forbearance coming to fruition. We're probably going to see a lot of landlords who are just tired of having tenants that didn't have to pay rent. We're going to start to see them I don't want to say start the eviction process, but we're going to start to see them more and more often, I would presume, start to want to sell, even though it's very easy to rent homes up here based on the current demand. But what I will tell you is that nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball as far as what prices are going to do. If prices continue to raise, that's fantastic. If you're looking at coming in and getting into a house that you want to get out of within the next 2 to 3 to 4 years, now might not be the time for you to buy. This is not necessarily a come in and flip with a guaranteed increase in equity type of market. However, over the course of time, if you want to stay in this home for the next, let's call it 5 to 15 to 20 years, now is an incredible time to purchase, especially if you're relocating your family up here, if this could be a forever home, simply because over the course of time, even though the market does cycle, you will typically see an increase in equity over the course of a couple decades. The phrase in the industry is not wait to buy real estate. Don't ever try to time the market. The phrase is buy real estate and wait, as all of you know, okay? So I get people that are contacting me all the time about whether or not they should buy right now or whether or not they should wait, and nobody has the correct answer for that. What we are seeing up here is we're seeing USA Parkway, we're seeing a lot of the areas where some of these corporations are moving, they're at very minimal capacity, which means that the companies presumably are going to keep coming here, which means that more and more folks are going to be relocating here, which is going to drive prices potentially up. Usually what happens in a market cycle like this is eventually the builders come in and they overbuild. Now, is that going to happen here? We don't know. What we're seeing right now is an incredible demand, and what we're seeing right now is a very limited supply. Okay, so the percent of ask price where homes are going in September was 99.6, down from 90 or up from 99.5 in August. Now these numbers are always skewed. The percent of ask, so let's say you ask $100,000 for your home, it means that you're getting 99K for the house, which means that people are generally getting what they're asking for a home. Now, the reason why that is so skewed is because it's different, and it is dependent on who's involved. How good are your real estate agents? How heavily are they negotiating through your repairs? How good are the appraisers in communicating with the real estate agent to let them know why the appraisal is either hitting or missing its mark? Are the clients able to throw additional cash at the deal? People aren't really, based on what's going on up here, overpricing houses to the point where they're gouging people and people can't get into the houses. Typically people are working with agents that are just kind of getting them dialed in on what the market is doing. It is fluctuating pretty rapidly in terms of what you can get for an ask price depending upon the neighborhood, but overall houses are going for what people are asking them, are selling for what people are asking for them. And we are getting folks that are throwing cash over the top of a deal, so we are getting houses that are selling well above ask price. But what we're not seeing here is like what we're seeing in a lot of the different markets, like over in the Bay Area, in the North Bay, California, which is an area that I'm also very familiar with, where we're seeing houses get 15 offers within a 4-hour period, with houses going for $20,000 to $35,000 over ask. That's not happening here, but the demand is very high, and houses are typically going for what people are asking for them. Okay, so the big number, the big statistic, and the one that I think is most relevant for any market update is the MSI. It's called the monthly supply of inventory. And basically what it means is with the current rate that people are buying homes right now here in Reno, if no new homes were actively listed, no new homes were to hit the market for sale, how long would it take for every single home that's currently for sale to be purchased? In a stable market up here in Reno, every market is different, but in a stable market up here in Reno, Nevada, the MSI is 5 to 6 months, between 5 and 6, so about 5.5. Right now, our current MSI is 0.7. So in the month of September, our MSI was 0.7, meaning that if nothing new came on the market in roughly 2.5 weeks, just over 2 weeks, everything that is listed for sale would be sold. So what does that mean? That means that there's a very minor inventory and a very major demand right now. So what does it take to get an offer accepted? Well, you have to have an agent that's going to be in communication with the listing agent that you're trying to go after the property for. You just have to smother things with communication. And what I've found is with all the different things that you can do strategically and tactically to write an offer and get it accepted in a market, such as waive inspections, work with your lender to try to get the underwriter to waive an appraisal if at all possible. Maybe it's a property that they were planning on lending on, a couple months back and things fell out, so maybe you couldn't waive appraisal. But all these little tactics and all these little strategies and throwing more money down for an earnest money deposit and different things, all those things can be effective. But what I've found most effective is to open, not constant, but just open very clear, concise communication with the agent on the other side of the transaction. Let them know exactly where we stand, follow through, do what you say you're going to do. If you're going to submit an offer, have it done by a certain period of time. If you're going to respond and you say something that you're going to do, respond by that time. And just the communication has been very effective for me in helping my clients get offers accepted when a lot of people simply are not able to in this particular market. Woo! Okay, thanks for sticking around, guys. I know that was a little bit of a long one. Hope that gave you a really good idea about what the heck is going on up here in the marketplace in Reno. If you have any questions, this channel is all about Reno real estate. If you have questions about what it's like to live here, work here, have your social life up here, and flourish up here in Reno, Nevada, this is the channel for you. I want to talk to you about anything real estate related or just any general questions that you may have related to the Reno market. My contact information is in this video and below. Please like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. See you next time.